There is a 99% chance that you might know who Andrew Tate is if you use a social media platform like Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. This guy took our feed by storm in the end of 2021, and in 2022, he became a revolution and a man of mystery. Still before him, there used to be another guy who was the first face you might have seen in your feed every day. Whether you follow him or not, he is none other than Gary Vaynerchuk, who is probably most known as Gary V, and this was the man who led the social media when NFTs and crypto were trending and encouraged all the youth now to make some good money. In contrast, we don't know how it went for the guys who followed him. It was perfectly suitable for Gary V, who is now more famous than ever. But he had already been famous for a long time before, and COVID and crypto were the time that he hit his absolute peak. Gary has told us about many things, but what are the things that he doesn't want us to know? Welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to go over some things that Gary V doesn't want you knowing. But before we know what Gary doesn't want to tell us, let's look at some things that we know about him. Gary Vaynerchuk is an entrepreneur born on the 14th of November in 1975 in a part of what was the Soviet Union. V moved to Queens, New York, and grew up in the same place for most of the time. V also said that he had the great blessing of being an immigrant, and from the moment he landed in the US, he and his parents imagined and worked hard to accomplish what they called the American dream. V described his parents as a hard-working couple, mentioning several times what they've done and gone through. His dad was a stock boy in a liquor store and worked as a clerk in New Jersey, and he managed to earn and save enough money to buy a store in Springfield, New Jersey. From childhood, V described himself as a very hard-working person, and he would do anything to make a buck, and the hunger always remained in him. And his rise and success started during his first year of college when V heard about a new thing called the internet, and this was one of the things that he knew would be something special, and in 1996, he launched one of the first e-commerce wine businesses in America called WineLibrary.com. In 1998, 2 years after opening his e-commerce website, he started to run his father's wine business alongside him. And then, to the year 2003, he helped his dad grow the business to a high point where it eventually hit $60 million. And after spending most of his youth building his father's wine business, he left. He then started on a new journey in which he built his media company, VaynerX. And this was something that took him to even bigger heights. V and VaynerX Vid was an agency that sold commercial time on social media platforms like Instagram and Snapchat instead of television and radio. Well, all this looks very good, and he must be a remarkable entrepreneur who works all night to make other people rich, right? Well, the answer is quite flawed, like a yes and a no at the same time. It turns out that sometimes the perfect ones cannot be so perfect as well. We'll give you an example of what Mr. Beast had to say about Gary V in the Impulsive podcast. Mr. Beast described him as crazy and a genius, but we're not sure if it's a good or flawed genius. Mr. Beast described how Gary persuaded him to be part of the phone call, which he told would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and what came next was something that even Mr. Beast could not have believed. As he agreed to Gary's phone call, it was not very late until Mr. Beast realized that he was also joined by some of the world's wealthiest and most prosperous people. And in the call, there was only one thing that Gary wanted everyone to do: buy the NFT that he's interested in, or in other words, market manipulation. Yep, you heard that right. This master magic trick pulled out by Gary V can also be described as manipulating the unregulated NFT and crypto market. Just take a moment to think. Do you think something like this would have slid through if the government regulated crypto markets or a governing body that regulated stock markets? They would have gotten some jail time, but who cares, right? This thing has gone unnoticed by many other people who look at him like he's a mastermind. He is to an extent, but not entirely. And if you think this was the only thing that has gone under the radar, you gotta wait for the next one. Gary V has been continually questioned because of his lack of family photos, or as you can say, he might have been a private person. But after what looks like a recent backup, V has frequently posted pictures of some mysterious woman who is rumored to be his girlfriend. This has taken the media by nuts, which has become a big mess in people's minds. But what do you think about this one? And why does V never post pics with his family, but doesn't hesitate to post some with his rumored girlfriend? Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Well guys, that's going to do it for today's video, so thank you all so much for watching. What do you guys think about Gary V? Are you a fan of him, or are you not? Just like the previous question, let us know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear them. But also, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. We'll see you guys in